Hello and welcome everybody. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and you are absolutely in the right place at the right time in the right way because this is the virtual Commanding Wealth Circle where we get together every week as a group to align to that greatness within us and to command the outcomes that we desire. We are together as a group in a circle, one to be enthusiastic, support, and encouragement to each other, to be comfort in those times when it's darkest just before the dawn, but mostly so that we can be the witness of the master in each one of us. And this is a big theme, like you are already a master. Okay. You just may not like what you are mastering over your life. Like when I realized that I am the master of loss and the master of creating chaos. And when I could look at that and go, wow, I have mastered loss and chaos, I wonder what I want to master next. And we're creating all of this unconsciously. And what we're doing is we have made the decision collectively, individually, you made that decision because you're here. I already know, right? You wouldn't have even found me if you hadn't made that decision. But you've made the decision that your past does not determine your future, that the worst times of your life do not shape your potential. Okay. What it is, but you do know, you made the decision that you have the power to change your story, to change the outcome, and to live a life that's more in alignment with your inner vision of what's possible. And that's why I call myself the Big Vision Coach. I work with people, usually it's independent and small business owners, some companies, and helping to clear those money blocks, to straight up what is blocking your money, because money's the measure of success, right? And there are so many layers to this whole money story. And so I help people identify, one, where the block is, but also where is your treasure. And that's what I love doing. I help people get into alignment with their soul's purpose and mission so that they're the treasure, not that's there that's waiting for them, but the treasure of who they are can be fully and beautifully expressed out in the world. And I know that we have financial needs, we have things that we want to make sure that we have. There's a certain level of life, but what I've noticed with the people who are attracted to this work, they want more than their own comfort and safety. They don't want the power of it, they want the empowerment that money and financial freedom gives you. A very different mindset. And so I'm so thrilled to um, have this community, to be a part of it. And just I want to say welcome to everybody. Today it's going to be a little different. I've got, I wanted to tune in more to who had wins, who has some good news to share. Richard made sure that he contacted me before, and he wanted me to check it, make sure I checked in with him. He was so excited about a manifestation that had happened. I don't even know what it is yet, but we're going to tune into that. So I want to find out if anyone's got any good news to share, right? What's working for you. But, and if you do me a favor, send me a private message because I want to call on you, and you do that through the chat. And what I would also like to see what you are commanding for, okay? Because I want to share with you a visualization that happened in the 1111 club that was so powerful. It was like, as I was teaching it, the revelation just kind of hit my brain on what was blocking most people's manifestation. And we know that there's beliefs, that we have some emotions, we might have some strategies, we might have some bad habits. It's like the things, when I talk about strategies, like the things that made you safe and keep you functioning where you are now are not the strategies that are going to help you achieve your future success, right? But I took the group through this little meditation, this little way of thinking about themselves in time and space. And well, I'll just have to tell you more about it. But big things started happening. Okay, so let me check into the chat. And let's see. Yeah, Layden had a win. Definitely want to hear from you. Hi, hello, hello. So welcome everybody. And I'm gonna double check and make sure I am recording because I'm so excited to hear from Richard. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask Richard to unmute. And let's see if I could. I'm not sure.
I'm
There
unmuted. Can you hear me, Kathryn?
I hear you. And it might if y'all went to the gallery view to see us. So let me stop sharing for just a second the screen. There we go. How's that?
Oh, okay.
I know
I
it's
don't
like,
look my
oh, where did we go?
I don't look my best today, but whatever. I'm just got out of work just now. Actually, I'm on my phone
Okay.
right now, but it's okay. There's probably a lot of people want to share, so I don't want to take up too much time. But I felt it might add to the group what I had to share. So there's a lot of anyway. I'll just share
All right.
what's going on with me. Okay, I'll just read it because I condensed it and just make it really short and simple. Um, I have found that when I made the decision to face my fear of the unknown and step forward anyway, with Kathryn's support, a little commercial plug for her now, the universe supported me in my desire to improve my finances, in this case with my client, whom I was about to leave, in giving me what I asked for and required now as better and more working hours, nine instead of 9 to 1 hours, or excuse me, 9 to 1 instead of 8:30 to 10:30. So just double my time, $200 more per week, and weekends off. I may not sound like much to some people here, but it's a big deal for me. But then I just wanted to read the second part of it, which was now the key for me to move forward into areas that are more fulfilling and profitable is to remember again and again that God is the source of my supply, not my job. And in so doing, not allow myself to be lured into a false sense of security in circumstances that could change at any time. I don't know how. I have the heart of a lion. I only know I continue to move confidently in the direction of my dreams, and the universe continuously supports those dreams now, and I am fulfilled. I want to share that with everybody.
I appreciate that so much. Yeah, we have to really, we get in the habit of where to look for our money, thinking about the source outside of us, right? But you
Yeah.
are the source, like you created and manifested that situation to begin with.
Mhm.
Really. I mean, and you, I mean, I remember you and I talking about it, and then you were like, oh my gosh, look what happened. And then it started shifting. And for just a minute, you forgot your authority, but you realigned to it. And look how powerful you did that and reclaiming that authority. I think that that is the best message that you could have shared with anyone. So thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that breakthrough. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
for supporting me in that.
I love you.
Love you too.
All right. We're going to, and then Layden had something to share. All right. Are you there, Mr. Layden?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Well, first of all, I really last week's class was pretty amazing, and um, uh, it was pretty interesting because I mentioned I was struggling. I had a lot of challenges, and I'm involved in two different organizations, and one of them is kind of coming around for me, but the other one, I haven't had anything happen, no bites for about 6 months, and I'm doing cold calling every day. And sending out LinkedIn messages, like sometimes up to 50 a day, and no bites. And there was this one company that I've been trying to talk to. And after the call last week, I reached out to the president. He picked up. I said, how's it going? And he said, I'm really busy. I said, is this a bad time? He said, it's always a bad time. But he said, for you, Layden, I'll give you a couple of minutes. So I did my little spiel. He said, listen, this sounds really exciting. Let me get all my team together. I said, well, do you want to do it after the holidays? He said, no, let's do it this week. Can you set it up on Friday? I said, well, I'll have to call the company and see if I can get the people on board. He said, well, please do that because I'm going to invite our CEO and founder and our president. And turns out that these guys are a big job board. And what we have is some technology that they think would fit in very well with what they're doing. So this could be some kind of a merger acquisition. It's way bigger than what I know it could be. I don't know what I'm going to get out of it, but it's certainly an exciting opportunity. And the company that I'm working with are pretty excited because this company is planning on becoming the next Zip Recruiter, and Indeed. They've got all kinds of money behind them. The contact that I actually reached out to is someone that is an expert in raising capital, and he's raised something like $100 million. So we're talking some. Anyway, this all happened after the call last week, and
Oh my God.
exactly. And I went, first of all, it started off with that one phone call to the president, and how many presidents actually pick up their phone? And they made the mistake of saying, is this a good time? Because you're not supposed to say that, because most people will just blow you off and say, it's not a good time. And he said, but for you, I'll give you a minute or two. And so anyway, so that was my win for last week. And then after the meeting was over, all three of these, senior executives emailed me and said, great call, Layden. Thanks for setting it up. We're really looking forward to seeing how we can work together and how we can do something together. So anyway, that's what I'm sharing. And like I said, it's been like 6 months of hard work and no bites. And all of a sudden last week, I got that one bite, which after it was over, I felt so enlightened and so encouraged, because I have to admit, I was getting pretty, and you might have noticed that last week when I was on the call, that I was feeling, down and a little bit distressed because I've been putting so much effort and not seeing any results.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh my God. Everybody, please unmute for just a second. And I got to say, Maria, that's what I'm talking about. that little quick call. So everybody do me a favor, unmute, and let's celebrate. Woo! And Richard, yes.
Lamb in the creek, baby.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
This is normally we don't have a meeting now of Christmas week, but I think you're why we called it today, and Richard too. But I'm so happy. Congratulations, that's huge.
And by the way, I never got the recording for last week, and it was so awesome, that class that last week. Is it possible that will be posted?
It should be in the Facebook group. Well, I will double check it today before I go. And
I'm not in Facebook, and I
will email it out
Facebook.
to the group. I have an email list of the group, so I'll make sure I email it out to everyone. Okay.
That was so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the reminder, because I kind of just get in the roll of stuff, and I don't usually email out the link, but thank you. I should be doing that.
Okay.
I'll make sure I do it today.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me mute everybody here. Let's see. There we go. Mute all. Yes, anybody else have a win to share today? Or an aha like Richard, I'm so proud of you. Maria says she's got to go. Maria's command is peace on earth, goodwill to all. Yeah, this is a really powerful time of the year. I want to check in with Sue right quick, and Nashak's like going, I gotta talk to you too. Okay, so Miss Sue, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Kathryn. I'm really, really good.
Good.
And today, what I want to commend for is simply being present. I found that lately I've been so much either in the past or the future or wherever it is, and I'm so missing out for a long time now.
Yeah.
I've been missing out on the present. So I think for me today, that's really what it is. We've actually, I'm in Calgary as well with Layden, but we've been having snow since last night. We've had about 2 feet of snow. And I've just been spending some time actually looking out of the window and seeing the world around me.
Yeah.
As opposed to sort of trying to be busy with everything in my brain.
What's next? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for me today, it's just a question of being present and also being open to different opportunities, which I filtered out.
Yeah.
Just because I think we get so there's a good side to focus. Yeah, there's a good side to focus, but then there's also the question of filtering out all other possibilities. So
yeah.
So that's where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
both
so
of those.
happy. I mean, just that being present, because that's where everything is happening, right? And everything else is a fantasy. Even our memories are not useful, because when we're replaying those memories, we are remembering a memory. We're not actually replaying the actual thing, and it's through our lens. And we're going to talk about that today, but learn to be truly present. That's a gift. I mean, I had to learn how to get present in the moment too, because, I'm a planner, I'm a visionary. I like to live up and out in this bigger space, but that day-to-day stuff kind of gets me down a little bit. But I realized I was so unhappy. And then I thought, I've got to learn how to be happy. And it's like, well, what makes you happy? Go do the happy stuff, right? And it's like, no, I don't want to like run in a field and sing sounding music. Oh. I could rock it. I'm telling you. But I wanted to have moments. I wanted to have those moments that life is made of. And I had to like stop myself and go, just be here. Just be here with them. Exactly. Like talking about being with my family, or if I was alone, or whatever it was. And even if it was an uncomfortable moment, let me just be here and process it so that it's not looping over and over again. So I think that's a big breakthrough right there. You look beautiful as ever.
Thank you, Kathryn.
Thank you. And I want to check in with Ashok. Okay, I guess we're checking in, and we have to meet Barry because Barry's new. So Ashok, how is it going for you?
Everything is going good. Just wanna be in present moment, as Sue said. I'm not greedy, but I'm very ambitious, and just wanna be present, be with me, connect to my higher self.
Yeah.
And then I went to Richard's website after you talked last week, but his website has no feedback. I put information there.
Ashok.
I wanted to talk to a medium because he's a medium, but no, there's no connection. So
there you go, Mr. Richard.
Change something,
But yeah, we'll make sure we fix that. Richard, people are wanting to reach out to you, and a couple of people said to be sure and accept your friend request too. So hang on just a minute. You can go in through the private chat and share your email with him. Okay. Or I'll be happy.
Our phone number.
Our phone number. Okay. Yeah, he's talking to the unmuted phone. Just a minute. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Richard. So just a minute.
He's driving.
If he doesn't mind, if you don't mind, you give me your phone number right now. Just take it 5 seconds.
Oh no, don't say that loud. Yeah.
I'll text him.
Yeah. He'll send it to you privately through the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Sure.
don't want to say that because this is video that goes out on YouTube and everything.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, let's not call a shock.
Let me mute myself. You mute me?
Yeah, I'll mute you. Okay. There you go. All right.
So my command is to be present, be in the moment, and connect to my higher self.
Y'all are going to love today's visualization that I take you through. Okay. So, all right. All right. And let's meet Mr. Barry. How are you, sir? There you go.
Hello.
Hi. What corner of the world are you in?
Calgary. I'm a friend of Layden's.
Oh, okay. All right. Wonderful. So that's how you found out us. Now, are you familiar with the One Command book or the process?
I haven't read it yet, but that's on the things to do list.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Do you work or your business or retire?
Well, I've been blessed. They shut down the economy, so I was able to spend nights meditating. Although I couldn't meditate last night, it was too much snow,
Yeah.
and so I've been very blessed. I go out every night, 3 4 hours, and meditate, which actually is developing my spiritual side.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful. I mean, I developed my meditation and spiritual practice when my back went out and I was having to lay on bags of ice for hours and hours.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, the universe is going to make it happen one way or another. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's the truth. Yes.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Is there anything in particular you are holding a vision for or that you want to manifest?
Well, what I'm manifesting is financial freedom, which it's been in the works for about 15 years for me. It's supposed to culminate January 1st.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for a late Christmas.
Okay.
With what
All
I
right.
put out there.
I think you're going to appreciate this too. So do you have your magic number for financial freedom? Do you know what that number is?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So notice, so I'm going to just take you through a little visualization. Okay, so we're going to do that. All right. And let me come back to, I'm going to pin my video. Hang on just a second. There we go. And guys, excuse me just 1 second here. All right, and just before we go through this piece, I'm going to lay a little groundwork, but first I want to do just a quick announcement and to let people know about some stuff going on. I got to tell you, I came this close to starting an 11-day challenge today because of the grand conjunction last night. I mean, like here we have the Bethlehem star appearing. Today is the winter solstice and we're going into January 1st. This is such a powerful time of self-reflection and clearing and, you know, letting go of the past and coming to that decision. I came this close, but this is the week that I had already told my family that I'd made the commitment, talk about being present, to not, I'm not working this week. I've said besides the circle, and I've got my 2 regular clients I wanted to make sure I talk to. I'm not doing anything else this week and not even doing 11-11 week or anything else or 11-11 club. And then I got so inspired, I set up a whole 11-day challenge. I mean, I got the Facebook group, I've got the thing laid out, and then I was like, oh, I got to build this page. And then all of a sudden this pressure started building in my body. And it was like, I'm out of integrity. I'm out of integrity. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but not when, right? So a timing issue. So I just wanted to give y'all a heads up. This is not a formal announcement, but I'm going to be doing a special 11-day challenge that goes from January 1st to January 11th. I am going to have a kickoff call in the evening. Just put it on your calendar. It's going to be 7:30 Central Time. This is like the little pre-announcement for you guys, okay? And then I'm going to have a private Facebook group and a private group where I'm just doing a little video every day where you're just holding a concentration for 11 days. Okay. And it's very powerful, very simple. But the idea is we're going from the darkness into the light, right? We're going from the darkness of our ordinary understanding, holding that vision of that greater thing. And we're going to be shifting our consciousness during those days. So that's going to be in addition to the circles, right? And I am doing it at a super duper low cost. It's only going to be $38 because 3 + 8 = 11. Okay, so $38. And I will be sending out the email out for that in a couple of days. Okay, but just a little heads up that that's coming. Okay, I am really looking forward to that. The other thing is on January 11th, January 9th, Saturday, January 9th is our next 1 day, 1 command, where you learn the deeper teaching around the 1 command process. We learn how to format the right commands, why we format them a certain way. You get to learn some of the different commands, because you'll hear me make statements a different way. And a lot of times people don't know where that's coming from, or how did I format a command. You need to learn the science behind it, and then how to really uncover some of your beliefs that are blocking your success and how to turn them around. Very powerful. So the way that it's set up, it's a 1 day boot camp. It's hosted via Zoom. It is like we have a morning session and an afternoon session. There's a lot of demonstrations. So I do a lot of one-on-one on that. And that is going to be a regular ongoing class, because it's like, this is the foundation. If you want to take any training with me, you got to get this part down. But that's going to be Saturday, January 9th from 9 to 5 p.m. Central. And the way to register for that is you can go to, I have it hosted on an Eventbrite page. So you can go to bit.ly/1 day TOC. 1 day TOC, and it has to be written just that way, because the bit link is very particular. So bit.ly/1 day TOC, and it's
Kathryn, just type that into the chat for everybody, then that'll be easy.
So chat, I'm going to go ahead and type it in right there. Chat. I can't get to chat for some reason. Sue, will you be a sweetheart and type that to everybody for me? I'd really appreciate that. But that's the foundation class for everything that we do.
Sorry, honey, just make sure to repeat it for me so I type it correctly.
https://bit.ly/1, the number 1, and then small letters DAY, and then capital letters TOC. bit.ly/1 day TOC. Thank you for your help on that. Yeah, I can't, for some reason, it's not letting me chat for some reason. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. So I've got to tell you about this thing that has happened in the, I'm going to stop the share, in the 11 Club, which is a group of 11 people that I'm coaching. And really, it was such a simple idea. So simple. You know what? We want to clear our beliefs, and we all get these goals. We have these ideas about what we want to create, and then life happens and everything goes insane, which Sue will tell you, because she built a program. Sometimes I've built programs too, and I'm going, what the heck was I thinking? Oh my gosh. It just, it turns into like chewing gristle, right? It just grows and grows, and then you wonder, what was I thinking? And then you get in survival mode, and then you want to go do something else that's easier. And I thought, I'm just going to work with a group of people. We're going to have one goal, and I'm going to do an hour-long session with them, and then weekly check-in, and twice a month there'll be a call. That sounds awesome, right? Well, it turned out that it was not so simple to know what you really wanted or how it should look. Turns out for a lot of people that it's not that simple. They have a general sense, but then there's this like sense of what they want is wrong. And then as they're looking forward to the future, then here comes all the self-doubt. What makes me think I could do it? And who am I? And what about that past? And I failed before, and my family's all of a sudden gone insane, and what's happening, right? And so everybody was confronting all of this stuff. They were confronting their fears, and a lot of resistance, and a lot of tears. I'm just gonna there was a lot of tears. Sometimes I'd get off the call and go, okay, I love them, but they won't let me shake them. I love them so much. But I realized the piece that was missing was, when we think about goals, every time they go, hey, SMART goals, right? It's specific. And then what is the last one? It's time bound. It's realistic. It's all of that, right? But it's time bound. And I said, they've got to get a different idea about what time is, and our different concepts of time, and how we can use our different concepts of time for manifesting. Now, I'm not going to go into big time teaching, but I think that we understand that there's what's called Chronos time, and that's the calendar. There's, 1 minute follows the other. And this is time that we consume, but we can't get it back, right? Like have probably never, ever heard the story about the person that wasted their life, that just dinked around. They played video games and drank and just generally did nothing. But one day woke up and realized they had a big dream, and they worked really hard and they got all their 20s back, right? No one got you cannot get that last 20 years back at all. And the people who are wealthy understand how valuable the time is, and they make it count. And they also have that ability, because they're very aware of the now, the moment. And every person, what did everybody say? What do we have? We have right now, to really own and be present to this moment. But also, the way that we're viewing the moment kind of comes back to that one command teaching, that lens of perception, right? And so if we are looking at our moment or our day and we go, oh, there's too much to do and not enough time to make it happen, it's really that belief about time is not about time. It's about us, right? And what we're secretly saying is we don't believe we're enough, that we're big enough or smart enough or resourceful enough. We aren't prepared enough, that there's something that we are not enough. Okay. That is running the whole show. And that's based on an idea that we have in the past about ourselves in the past. And we've talked about that, where we have this lens of our past experience, and we're trying to use this lens of our past experience to create our future. And the version of ourselves in the past is not going to take us to our future, even though there's a version of us that maybe we were smarter or more charismatic, or we felt like we were more on ball, right? We were like sharper, or we were just more in our genius zone then, which I'm speaking from a lot of personal experience. I had to let go of my past successful version of myself to really get the healing I needed so that I could move to the future. But also there was this wounded version of ourselves. Maybe there was a lot of success, then there was a loss, and that created an idea of, it doesn't matter of how successful I am, something random is going to happen and I'm going to lose it. Or I made such a stupid mistake, I can't be trusted with good stuff because I'm only going to screw it up anyway. And a lot of people hold that one. Okay. So we've got to look at that. Now, but that's Chronos. This is, we're thinking about the days, tick, 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 that giant ticking noise. And there is a magic in focusing on those times, because as we focus, we have the ability to expand and bend time. We can bend and contract time based on our degree of focus. And if you've ever really gotten focused and gotten into doing your work, or you've had this exquisite moment with somebody, you've had the experience of like, wow, I can't believe how much I got done. This has been a magical day. I just removed all the distractions, and I just focused on doing the thing. And it was like everything just started falling into place, right? It's like incredible. Well, then that takes us into the next experience of time. And that's called Kairos time, Kairos. And that's like those golden moments. And Layden actually did a Kairos moment thing because he seized upon an opportunity. Something in him said now, and he said yes and just made the call. Now, he could have actually gotten that feeling 20 minutes earlier, 2 hours later. It doesn't matter the time of day he got it. He got the right moment and he said yes to it. Okay. That's Kairos. So there's this sense of the time is ripe, the time is now, but it's also kind of this golden moment. So when we think about Einstein saying that time is relative, in the second theory of relativity, I mean, he said, I'm going to paraphrase Einstein because he said it, not me, but I don't have the quote exactly. But basically, he said time is relative. And again, it's based on our perception. Time spent in pain, that 1 minute spent in, being in pain feels like an eternity, right? But 1 minute kissing a beautiful girl, that's too short. That's not enough time, right? So it's all relative based on how we're experiencing it. And the more that you can be present to it, the greater your experience. And then the other thing, the greater your resourceful, inner emotional resourceful space. So if Chronos is the time that consumes us, time that we consume, excuse me, Chronos is time we consume. The Kairos moment is those moments that consume us, that we're fully awakened and engaged. It's incredible. And so I started taking the group through these two different ideas and what are some experiences that we had. But then there's a third experience of time, okay? And it's called Aikon, A-I-K-O-N-S, Aikon time. And these are all Greek god names because they were representations of time. But Akon's represented as like, here's this god and he's got this big wheel and he's like the all-encompassing time. All time is happening now. Okay. And he goes and hangs out and helps other seasons and, the cycles of time, which is in Kairos time, right? Like like that bird song, like every time there's a season, turn, right? So that's at Kairos time. But Akon goes and he assists and he goes and hangs out with Chronos and goes, hey, what's happening today? What would you like to happen? And he is all the time that is, and it's everything's happening now. Okay. And it's all these different parallel universes and potentials that are happening all at once. And based on our relationship to the all that is, then, and that's when we're not talking about God, we're talking about greater intelligence, which is what we talk about in One Command, but we talk about like that greater version of yourself. But we feel like there is this greater greatness that somehow there's something we're in relationship with, right? That we are co-creating with. And we are every religion, every culture talks about that. Okay. And so that's that greater. And depending on what we need, Akon takes us to where we need to go, takes us to that beautiful moment in time. Isn't that cool? So we got to have this kind of experience. And again, we were talking about this in the 1111 Club. And when people started going, well, that's kind of cool, I still don't know what that means. Well, everything that we do is time bound to some degree. Either it's Chronos or Kairos or the icon, it's all related to time. Okay. And things are manifested with time. And it has to do with time is created. I'm trying to do this in the simplest way to think about it, but like there's this fabric of time, right? And when gravity is, when there's a weight, the greater the weight, what happens is, as that weight meets this fabric of time, this creates gravity. So the way to visualize that is, many of us are of an age that we can certainly relate to seeing laundry out on a laundry line, right? And a big sheet. And if anybody remembered as a kid helping to fold a sheet. So if we could think about each one of us standing on the corner of a big square sheet, right? Bed sheet. And we're all holding that. We were holding it pulling it tight, we're like the forces holding this up. There's some, we don't know what the invisible force is that's holding it up time, right? And we could say, yep, this, you got it. Yep, I got it. And we could pull it tight and it'd be beautiful. But if suddenly someone were to put a heavy ball, like let's say a bowling ball, in the middle of that, what would happen? Then there'd be a drop in the middle of the sheet, right? There would be pressure against that, and that would pull against the sheet. And that pressure between the weight of the bowling ball and the sheet, that space in between, that's gravity. And if we were to put a bigger ball than a bowling ball and something twice as heavy, then what would happen is the sheet would start to dip and bow in the middle, and we would start pulling to it. And again, what would happen is the force of gravity would start increasing and start naturally pulling things to it. Okay. So the reason that this is important, I know that you didn't want to come back to, your high school class, but the reason this is important is when we talk about things in science, we have to think about that metaphor, as above, so below. Okay. And so what if it's just as true now that we know about Chronos, the time that we consume, Kairos, the time that consumes us, and Akon, the time of all that is, right? What if it's just as true that whatever we give weight or importance to creates gravity? I mean, have you ever noticed that a lot of times our struggle is indecision, and we're looking at through the wrong lens because we're basing it on a decision based on the past, or we have set up the wrong criteria, like I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want to lose again, or I want to just make sure that I get this perfect. Instead of, hey, I wonder what is the greater thing that could arrive as a result of this manifestation. I wonder who I get to become as a result of this journey. I wonder how easy it could be for me. I wonder how simple I can make this. We don't think about that. We get caught up in the ego games, right? But whatever we give our attention and focus on and our importance to, gravity, like we say, yeah, the gravity of the situation. I wonder if that could shift things. And it turns out it does. And if you have the courage to make the decision about this is what I want, then the universe, Mr. Akon goes, is that what we're doing? Yeah, let's make that happen. And then everything starts lining up because what you desire already exists. Okay. And it's going to come through you. I heard this beautiful analogy and it just stuck with me. I think about this all the time when we think about, we pray to God and we ask God for money, or I really would love to have this house, or I really want to be in this place, or I want to have this kind of business, right? God never created a chair. If you think about it, God did not build tables and chairs. God did not build your business. What did God create? A forest, water, leaves, humans, how the systems all working together perfectly, that we are part of us, right? And he created us just like he created the trees, or she, or they, or it, or whatever that is, that this fundamental force. That creation flows through us in alignment with our intention and what we see and know to be possible. True or not true? True? Y'all with me? Yeah, this is good. And you're good. You're good enough. You have everything you need right now to create whatever level of wealth that you want to experience, whatever success looks like for you. You have every single thing right now. But what is stopping you is the thing that you're visualizing, that you're imagining, that you're hoping for, is disconnected from what we could call your unique timeline. Okay. Now, when we think about a timeline, remember school, and we would draw that line and we'd say the war of, here's in the United States, sorry, Canadians, and I'm sure y'all are pretty similar, but, we could say 1776, the War of 1812. Here's the Civil War. Here's this, right? In the United States, a lot of it's built on, like we're tracking everything by the wars that happened, not like, and this year was this innovation, and then this innovation, and then this innovation, and then here's when this next great idea arrived. What kind of culture would we have if instead of building our timeline and being able to keep track of the history of our country based on the wars that we won or lost or whatever that war was, but from innovation to innovation to innovation to innovation. I wonder what we could create as a society. I got it in my throat. A society. I wonder what could happen. I wonder what would happen with you. So we have that idea. Okay, so I want to take you through a little visualization. And this thing that we want seems to be separate from us. It's a hope. It's like this free floating idea. And we're trying to wrangle it and catch it. And there's a particular one that I'm holding a concentration for. And I said, well, I have this kind of big one that, I love thinking about, but what does that look like? Right. And the one thing that we don't use very often with intention is our power to visualize and get information from what we're visualizing. Okay. So very often when I'm working with people in one-on-one, I will ask people in their mind's eye, what does that look like? Okay. So very often we have our goals. I'm earning X amount of dollars and I'm financially free. I'm living in my villa and a ridiculously attractive people are serving me, right? And we have all of that idea, right? But where is it? Where is that idea? Okay. And what is our perception of that idea? Where is it located in space? Okay. Yeah. So Ashok is already ahead of you guys. But right now, this is kind of a cool time of year to manifest. You know why? Because not only are there like the stars in alignment and the moon's in the 7th house and Jupiter's aligning with Mars and peace guiding the planet, and we're at the age of Aquarius, right? But because we are in this time where we could remember the holidays past, right? I mean, right now we have this thing called Christmas that's happening this week. And even if you are not, hey, I think that everybody goes pagan this week and celebrates Christmas. It's not a Christian holiday at all by any stretch of the imagination. I think we all go pagan and we all say, let's celebrate the Christmas thing, right? But we know, right? Because it's every year and we know about when the music starts and the lights, right? And you could think about something simple like going to the market, right? Who goes to the grocery store and they've already seen the Christmas decorations? Like back in August, they're already stacking them up there very quietly. But yeah, so you could think about a common activity like going to the market, right? So just think about your favorite grocery store that you go to pretty regular. Like if you need to go to the store, I know there might be 3 or 4 that you go to, but there's one that is your first thought to go to. And so just think about that store. And think about right now, when you think about that market, that grocery store, where is it located in space? Like, are like the one in my town? I could kind of point that it's over in that direction, but when I think about it, I'm in my car coming from my house, and it's right there, right? So I could like spatially, I know it's about over there. Okay, where is the market in your mind's eye? Go ahead and point to it. Okay, great. Got it. And do me a favor, point to, thank you, Barry, for pointing. Where do you see your market? Okay, great. Mine's over there. Great. But then I realized, in my memory, it's right there. Okay, so in your memory, notice where it is. And think about the last time you went. And that was in the past. And where's that memory located? Is it behind you? Was it this morning? Where is that memory of going to the market the last time? Yeah, we've all got our own representation. Okay. All right. So who remembers going to the market back in November? And in the United States, we have Thanksgiving, but there was still like some holiday family stuff going on back in November. And think about what this store looked like. And go ahead, and where is that memory located? Yeah, mine's like, since it was November, I've got a very definite chunk of time that this is about this far behind me, and it's kind of just behind my neck is where I'm experiencing it. It feels kind of close, doesn't feel big. Great. All right. So now come back to here and now. Now think about, you've got to go to the market next week. I don't know what your regular day is. Maybe you need to run in. Maybe your, sweetheart says, oh, we're out of milk, please go. Oh, sure, I'll run down. That's pretty likely, right? You could see yourself going, right? All right. So now when you think about going to the market, does that feel realistic? Yeah, it's very reasonable. So if you're imagining going to the market next week, this time next week, where is that image? It hadn't happened yet. Does it feel realistic? Yeah, but it's right in front of you. Now think about next year. It's going to be around Christmas time, and you got to go to the store. Could you imagine going? And notice where that idea is. Yeah, could you see yourself Christmas week before the crowds get there to get all their last minute Christmas stuff you want to get in? And where is that idea located? Yeah, it's out there, but you can definitely locate it, right? Feels familiar because you've done it 9 million times. Because I'm 9 million years old. That's how many times I've done it. But I've done it 62 times because I'm 62, right? Okay. All right. So now we have that sense, right? And so we definitely have a line. You notice that? Now think about that. Are you on top of this line of this memory of that thought of the past? Or is it running through your body? Are you on top of it? Are you just beside it? Or is it running through your body? And just notice how you're experiencing that. Yeah. Okay, great. So now I just want to invite you to just think about this line, right? Of just that's connected by markets, visits to the market. And picture, visualize, or imagine that you could kind of float up and see this timeline. And I don't know what it looks like. It could be running in front of you, it could run side by side, but just notice how this idea about your life. There's definitely a beginning. There's up until now, there's a time we would call the middle, but we don't really know when it would end. But we have a sense, yeah, that there's a definite finite point. Got it? Now, right now, think about the times as you're looking at your line. Think about the times that there was something you wanted and you got it. It could be very simple. It could be something you really worked hard for. But as you think about those, I wonder how they would be represented on your timeline as a point of light. Like, yeah, I was hoping to get that, bam, and boom, it happened. I had a challenge. But just think about those points of light. Good. Now think about the thing that you are commanding for today, that you're holding for today. And there's where you are now. We're up above our timeline. We're observing it. And there's a thing that you want to create. In your mind's eye, when you think about the thing you want to create, how is it represented? What does it look like? Now, it may not look like a spreadsheet. It may look like a check. It could like a big ball. It would be amazing what it might look like. The thing I was representing when I said, well, how do I think about it? It was 2 spinning wheels way far away. And I said, I wonder what it would look like if those wheels stopped. I was like, oh, it didn't even occur to me. But what is the thing that you want to attract, create, or manifest? What is the representation? There we go. Wherever it is, just notice where it is. Now notice where it is in relationship to your life. Like when you see all the things that you wanted, see how this lit up? And this thing that you're commanding, is it also on the line, or is it hanging out here in space with you? Is it out in space? How many got it out? It was out in space. That's crazy, right? So now move yourself back down to here and now. Back onto your own timeline. And up until now, you've had these experiences of getting what you wanted in different ways, in different situations, big and small. And now there's the thing that you want to attract, create, or manifest. Where do you see it? How do you see it? And just notice as you move, did it move or did it kind of stay out in space? However it is, it's perfect. But now let's do a command and notice what happens. Okay. So just go ahead and roll your eyes up. We're very grounded. You're very present. You're already aligned to that which you desire. Roll your eyes up. Picture, visualize, or imagine that you are up in this beautiful white light place called Plains of Creation. Anything can happen here by your command right here. Eyes up. Silently follow along, and you're going to mentally insert what you desire. I don't know how and state what you desire. The real thing you really want. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. And just let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good. And now just feel yourself coming back down this pole of light into this time called here and now. And witness what happens to your creation, the thing you commanded for. Let it move down right onto your timeline. I don't know how to see my desire right in front of me. I only know it's here now, and I am fulfilled. I don't know how to know and trust. All things are working together for this to be manifested in the right time, in the right season, in the right way. I only know all things are working together for the fulfillment of my desire now. And I am fulfilled. And now just between you and your desired creation, let there only be love. Come to the space of appreciation and gratitude for everything that it took to get you here and now, to bless every experience, even at the time if you counted it as a loss, to understand that it was just what you needed in order to prepare you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we're just going to release any blocks from your past, any resentment, any grudges. Let them go. Let it unwind. Any old programming. We're going to let that perception shift. And as that's unwinding and letting go, I'm just going to do command. I don't know how. I have a new perception about my power to create what I desire by my command. I don't know how. I look out into the world and I can see and know when the time is right. I only know I am ready to act at the right time, and I am fulfilled. And now we're going to rewind, rewind, rewind. Everything aligning, everything working together. Rewind, even in your neurology, bringing your attention back to your heart. And when you're ready, let's go up and check. Go back up and check. And in your mind's eye, when you think about what it is that you want to create, attract, or manifest, what do you see now? What do you know now? And then the knowing and seeing may unwind, may take time, but just know that when it's right, you'll absolutely know that there's nothing that can separate you from that which you truly desire, from that which you truly need. And now come back to here and now. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Whew. I would love to get feedback. What did you see? What happened after you did your command? Oh, Richard's like, hi. Okay, Mr. Richard, what happened?
Whoa. What are you doing, girl? Whoa. That's awesome. You sound like your higher self for sure. I mean, you usually do anyway, but this is coming like, and then spades. It's like, I know what you're doing. It's like we're commanding in different timelines, and I've done that on my own as well. I do that every day, the other day, whatever. And whoa, it's like it's already happened, and it's already happened, you know. And it's just like what I've commanded for. From where I'm coming from with it at the moment is, it's happened. It's already part of my past. It's like it's it's already here. It's already now. It's already happened.
All right, good.
Yeah,
that's really it, right. It's sure. It's like, I went to the market last week. I'm going today. It's happened next week. I was successful in the past. I'm successful now, and this is inevitable, right?
Yeah, right. Cool stuff.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right. All right, Mr. Ashok, what did you see?
This was wonderful, very wonderful. I had lots of sparkling lights and totally blue light, and then I just see it right here. So,
all right, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's done.
Beautiful.
It's done, right?
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Miss Sue, how are you? How are you doing? There we go. Oh, hang on.
Hang on, here we go. There we go.
There we are.
That was extraordinary, Kathryn. That was just brilliant. It was very interesting because for me, it hung out in space and it wouldn't move and it just was totally separate. And then as soon as we made the command, it was quite amazing. It was quite an incredible sensation. It just merged within me, just like that. And that was just beautiful. And I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best gift ever.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Barry, this is your first time with us.
Yeah, I enjoyed that experience. What I found, all of it was within my visceral and centered in my heart. So it was a situation where I actually accepted the fact that I'm living it. So it's in the present and it's happening. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for joining us. I hope we'll see you again.
Thank you.
All right. And then Mr. Layden got right into it. You like grab a hold of it and you were off to the races. How was that for you?
Very good. but I didn't, it was interesting because I was, instead of being, I was looking up, but at the same time, I was like, it was like in front of me, and it was like a movie projection
Mhm.
of what my manifestation was going to be like. So I saw something that was like a movie camera, a movie, like a picture, a few feet in front of me.
Oh, I love it. Thank you very much. Well, thank you guys for the feedback. And I just appreciate all of you for being with me today and lighting up my corner of the world. I just love you so much. And I'm looking forward to having a prosperous year. And I'm looking forward to all the wonderful things we're going to create together. So, oh, Maria. Oh,
Merry
I'm so
Christmas.
sorry. We're gonna unmute Maria real quick because she had hers down there, and I thought she was zooming off. So I'm so sorry. I'm beta drunk again. So just a minute. Maria, did you get to go through it with us? Because I think she said I thought she was leaving. I think she did. I think she went ahead and left. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And of
Thank
course,
you.
thank you. And be sure, if you are not a member of the Facebook group, um, I'm, I have the private group too, and I'll give you both links. But there's that TOC. Facebook is the TOC Money Mindset Mastery. You can find my private community through my kathrynperry.net and join the community that way. Okay. And so I guess we're going to go ahead and call it a day for now. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will connect next week. Until then, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everybody.